today's show, we have Chris Easton, Senior Director and Head of Personalised Health Strategy for the rare hematology franchise at Takeda Pharmaceuticals. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Adrian. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
How has coronavirus, COVID-19 impacted the acceleration of digital transformation and remote patient care within the industry?
I think the obvious answer is it has. And we have to think about kind of the impact of how. I guess what we really want to highlight is that while there are changes and we've driven much more towards remote patient care, the transformation and the use of technology is never going to really get in the way of the human face-to-face contact that we have with our HCPs. I think the reality is the future is going to become a hybrid, and that's something we have to bear in mind. But importantly, the digital solutions that we're now using and that we've kind of accelerated the use of are really there to augment the discussion and the engagement that the patients are able to have with the HCPs. I'll give you a great example of that is maybe the use of a chat function within an app. And that allows the doctor and the patient to connect and maybe share data and really have that interaction as personal as possible without the capability of being face-to-face. But I think as we move forwards and we learn how to manage COVID-19 and its impact, we will get back to face-to-face meetings, but we will probably keep the technological advances we've brought into play here, and we're able to communicate and use them to enhance decision-making, enhance the process we have with our patients and HCPs.
How are you addressing these challenges that you're currently experiencing within digital communication strategies?
What you need to think about with your digital health solutions is one, they need to be scalable, but they actually, prior to that, they need to combine technology that we use every day. You know, that's the important thing is find the comfort factor. Don't constantly try and invent something new that is specific to X. I think that's the thing. Find something people are familiar with, but also link it with the things that are more specialized. Activity tracking, for example, that's something that people have on their phones, or I notice you're wearing a smartwatch that you use that. Well, let's use that data as part of this process and use it to inform additional decision making.
How do we ensure that people are still engaging with their digital applications or digital environment?
It all has very grand names: gamification, nudges, the use of AI. But ultimately, it's about understanding what the behaviors are and being able to interact with people in a way that they want to interact. So when we think about what is good at personalization, we start to think about predictors for what will allow people to actually share information. At the end of the day, what we're doing with digital is collecting data, identifying that data is valuable and important, and we have to use it in an intelligent way to help deliver outcomes.
What types of content do you feel that patients are really kind of engaging with?
It's a mixture. There is a term around augmented reality which confuses the subject, I think, but ultimately it's about learning environments and the right type of access for the information you want. So it's about delivering it in small bite sizes. We know that if you're going to work in the digital space, you have to behave in a digital way. So if we think about what the content is on social media platforms, it's small, it's short, engaging. If you look at something from the professional social media platform with LinkedIn, it tells you in the article how long it will take you to read.
Are you trying to build and make the content as robust as possible to ensure that the patient is engaging from start to finish?
What our role is almost as like the conductor of an orchestra. Okay. And if we look at the medical community and when it comes to education and patient materials, yes, our community pharma often generates a lot of it, but also we look at the advocacy groups, the kind of national member organizations, the global member organizations. And what maybe we can be doing better is, think of it this way: if we create a corridor with doors off it that we allow our patients and our healthcare providers access to, what is behind each of those doors is what they see value in.